Now that Diddy's trial popping off for real, names flying out the shadows like roaches when the lights come on. And out of nowhere, who getting tossed in the mix? None other than Miss Diana Ain't No Mountain Ross. Word floating through the grapevine saying sis been spotted with Diddy more than just a little bit. At them wild, no-holds-barred parties, or even backstage at concerts, straight chillin' like she part of the crew. So what's really going on with Diana Ross? Is her flawless rep about to get dragged through the filth? Let's unpack it all and sift through this mess, cause way before the feds came knocking, Diddy was already knee-deep in legal drama. A former go-go dancer turned adult film vixen named Adria Sherry had already dragged him to court. She said Diddy had her doing all kinds of unholy mess at one of them infamous freak-off parties back in 2004. We talking straight-up anarchy, no lines, no rules, just pure madness. And the guest list? Celebrity elites dipped in the grimiest kind of grime. Now here's where the scandal hit the fan. Adria claims she laid eyes on Miss Diana Ross her damn self at one of them freaky shindigs posted up like it was just another night. Like, and Jean Deal? She backed up the whole story. And get this, and it wasn't just casual meeting and greeting. Apparently, Diddy and Diana had some business ties too. Jean came forward and said Diddy was moving nasty at Diana's own show. This mess blew up after Kirk Burroughs, a co-founder of Bad Boy Records, claimed Diddy did him grimy right there at Diana's concert, which is wild because Diana Ross always had that squeaky clean, first lady of music kind of aura. But now, with Diddy's dirty deeds all over the net, folks giving side eyes to anybody who was ever in his orbit, even the legendary Miss Ross. And let's be real, nobody's shocked by what them Diddy parties turned into. Between the drugs, the sex games, and the betrayal, his rap sheet looked like a horror movie script. And now that Adria let it all hang out, the drama just got way thicker. In a sit-down with Daily Mail, Adria Sherry, yeah, that same go-go dancer who sued Diddy before the feds even made a move, spilled the kind of tea that burned. Sis said those freak-offs weren't just wild, they were dark. The feds didn't even sugarcoat it. In them papers, they said these events had men being forced into acts for days, and Adria, she said there was a secret room where all the sick mess went down. That same room she claims she's seen celebs coming in and out of, and yup, Diana Ross was one of them. And what Adria says went down while Miss Thing was right there? Baby, that ain't something folks can just sweep under the rug. And baby, it only gets dirtier. Adria says Diddy wasn't just hosting these freaky little soirees. He was pimping her out like it was a damn auction. Said he was even flirting and grabbing on male models right in the open. English told Daily Mail, I showed up because I thought it was VIP only. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, A-list stuff. I had no clue it was about to turn into some twisted nightmare. English say she got played like a piece on a chessboard in Diddy's nasty little blackmail hustle, setting celebs up, recording them while they got freaky, and using it to hold over their heads. I saw Busta Rhymes, Ja Rule, Diana Ross with her son Evan, and that boy wasn't even legal. Paris Hilton was there, Reverend Al Sharpton too. Still trying to figure out what he was doing there, she said. But let's run it back to Diana and her shady link with Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs, once the kingpin of the music world, now sitting in court, trying to keep his name above water as lawsuit after lawsuit comes crashing down. Houston's own Tony Busby just dropped a courtroom bomb, saying his firm, teamed up with California's Ava Law Group, is representing over 120 people, all claiming Diddy did him dirty as hell. It's hard to even wrap your head around it. But yup, folks out here swearing Diana Ross, queen of elegance and glamour, showed up at Diddy's no-holds-barred sexcapades. And these weren't no simple A-list mixers. Nah, this was chaos with a dress code, liquor flowing, rules out the window, and zero regard for the law. But the part that really hit like a punch to the gut, sis supposedly brought her young son Evan Ross into that madness. Like, girl, huh? These weren't no harmless lil after-parties. These was X-rated, days-long, adult-only madness. The same ones the feds say included forced acts with male escorts. Just thinking about Evan, barely even a teenager, being anywhere near that level of filth, it's not just suspect, that's straight-up terrifying. And don't act like you ain't know. Diddy's parties were legendary for all the wrong reasons. Loud, reckless, and scandalous as hell. You ain't just stumbling into one of those parties by accident. Diana might have been Motown's golden girl, but sis was never far from some drama. Behind them sparkly gowns and superstar status was a long history of mess. And not just with fans, but right inside her own girl group. That diva rep she got? Oh, it ain't just for show, baby. From back in the day, folks been saying Diana would step on anybody to stay in the spotlight. And when you look at how she allegedly carried on behind the scenes, bringing her son to Diddy's freak-off don't seem so shocking after all. Let's not forget how she allegedly iced out Florence Ballard, the original lead singer of the Supremes. Flo had the voice, the look, the star power, but Motown pushed Diana to the front, and Flo got pushed all the way out. Word is Diana played a big role in that. Flo ended up broke, depressed, and eventually gone too soon. Meanwhile, Diana kept rising like nothing ever happened, so when folks say Diana been about Diana, they ain't lying. That ain't my problem energy been following her since the 60s. And now, decades later, that same energy got her caught up in Diddy's mess. All eyes on her, not just for showing up to his parties, but for bringing her teenage son into that chaos. And that's the part that got folks gasping. This wasn't no career climb, no record label politics. This was a grown woman making choices that had real consequences for her own child. And when you mix that with all the dirt spilling out of Diddy's legal files, whew, the optics are ugly. But y'all already know, once Miss Patti LaBelle steps in, it's officially a wrap. Sis been classy for years, but even she had to speak up. She ain't named names directly, but folks read between the lines. She basically said some legend's been hiding behind sequins and lace fronts for too long, while turning a blind eye to filth. And baby, that had Diana Ross written all over it. Patty's shade hit different. It's elegant and explosive. You could tell it wasn't just industry shade either. Patty sounded like she'd been holding that one in for decades. Real fed-up auntie vibes. She said something like, it's time we stop protecting people just because they've been around forever. Whew, that was the mic drop. Because let's be real, how many more of these untouchables been moving wild in the background while everybody else takes the fall? Patty basically said, if your hand's dirty, it don't matter how many Grammys you got. Your time is up, so now the world watching. Diana Ross, the glamorous supreme, the icon with the hair, the gowns, the legacy, might be facing the biggest scandal of her career. Folks ain't looking at her the same no more. That image of perfection cracked. All it took was one connection to them. Diddy freak-offs, and now folks got questions. And if the feds keep digging, we might find out Diana wasn't just passing through the party. She might have been deep in the mix. And the timing of it all couldn't be worse. With Diddy facing multiple lawsuits, criminal investigations, and celeb testimonies dropping like mixtapes, it's open season on anybody that even looked like they were a part of the madness. And Diana Ross with her son, allegedly seen at those same parties, that's a PR disaster just waiting to explode. Ain't no amount of old hits or Vegas residencies that can clean up that mess. The streets are talking, the blogs are buzzing, and Black Twitter, dear, they're on fire. People digging up old clips, side-eyeing old interviews, even rewinding Motown documentaries to spot red flags they missed before. It's like everybody trying to reread Diana's whole career through a brand new scandal-tinted lens. And let's be real, once the internet get a hold of a narrative, it don't let go easy. They got the time and the receipts. So while Diddy's empire crumbles brick by scandalous brick, Diana Ross might be watching her own legacy catch smoke too. One thing's for sure, the days of legends walking away, untouched, are long gone. If you got skeletons in your closet, baby, you better start praying they don't dance out on camera, because the way things are moving, even the divas ain't safe no more. Oh, it didn't come from nowhere. The industry been side-eyeing her for years, especially over how she did Florence Ballard dirty. Folks didn't forget, they just stayed quiet because Diana was too big to touch. But now that she's tangled up in this Diddy mess, baby, the whispers done turned into roars. And the way them old stories keep coming back, whew, it's looking real reckoning-ish for Miss Ross. Florence wasn't just some backup girl singing from the shadows, she was one of the day one supremes. But here's where it got real shady. Even though Florence had that voice that gave folks chills, Diana's come up to the lead spot didn't come without a price. And a whole lot of people believed that price was Florence. The label chose one star and left the rest in the dust. Flo was the sacrifice. And now, decades later, the spotlight's flipping back around, only this time, it's exposing everything the industry tried to hide.